It's time once again for the Z Files, and welcome. My name is Rod Z, and I'm sitting next to my right-hand man, the man with the plan, the Haitian sensation that's rocking the nation, my co-host and guest star, Mr. Westerner Pierre. Brother Pierre, how are you doing today?
Good, bro. Good. How about yourself?
I'm good. How was Thanksgiving?
Good, man. Hung out with the family, went over to my brother's place, and we just ate a whole bunch of food. I know some people like to talk about, the ugly side of Thanksgiving, but we chose to utilize it as an opportunity for us as family to get together. You know what I'm saying?
Man, there ain't nothing ugly about Thanksgiving, bro.
Well,
not to me.
Right.
Even though I didn't have the best Thanksgiving, it was still good to be with my family. I got to see my niece for the first time, person to person. Shout out to Tinsley, who was born in, her dad's in the Navy. So my baby sister, they're stationed in San Diego. So while he's out doing his job, protecting our nation, this great nation of ours,
right.
My baby sister decided to bring the baby over for Thanksgiving, so I got to see her, and she has taken all my money already. I'm in love. She's a very sweet baby. Didn't cry, barely made baby noises. Just a good little baby, man.
How old?
She's a cutie. One. Crawling.
That's good, man.
Beating people up. I love it. I'll be sick and all my nephews, but we had a good time, man. And so happy belated Thanksgiving to everyone out there who celebrates Thanksgiving. So, Wes, did you cook?
No, actually, my brother said that they got everything, so I just went by and picked up like
the stuff I get, the paper plates and stuff.
No, it was more like I went and got ice cream, whipped cream.
And, you had it going on.
Yeah, because we had a bushel of sweet potato pies.
I think everybody did. What's up with that? Why do we do sweet potato pie and our Caucasian brothers and sisters do pumpkin pie? You know what the story is behind it?
Actually, I don't.
Sweet potato pie tastes better.
To me, it does too.
I also have to give a shout out one more time. This is the week after the Florida Classic.
Talk about it.
The next show after the Florida Classic. So as you can see, I'm decked out in my Bethune-Cookman University paraphernalia because we were once again victorious, my brother. We scored 19 points in the fourth quarter, and my Wildcats went on to win. So I hope the Rattlers feel it. That was our 7th in a row.
Yeah, I saw all the memes on Facebook. I saw all the posts.
I was letting them have it.
Yeah.
I was relentless because, had they won, they would have given us the business. So I love FAMU people, man. Shout out to FAMU, all my people out there, just out there grinding, trying to make it, and just cannot beat Bethune-Cookman. And it's going to be a while before you beat us again. Shout out to all our Facebook Live watchers. I don't know if we're going to be successful with that today because it looks like, from what I'm looking at right now, Tasha Watson, hey baby. So hopefully we'll be able to stay on Facebook Live. If we don't go anywhere. We'll put it on back as soon as we can.
Or catch us on YouTube.
Go to YouTube. Go to the Z Files. Look for the logo, the Z Files logo, and you'll see Westerner and I. It's a cartoon character situation, caricature rather, with the Z Files logo and a beautiful picture of fountain of the fountain at Lake Eola. So you'll notice it when you see it. Big purple and gold. Z in the middle of us, you'll see it. But we're going to jump into some of these stories. Shout out to Nikki Harris Song also. Thank you for watching us. And we're on here every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. So thank you for watching and listening. So we're going to get into this news story that I have. It's hard. It was hard for me to read up on this. It was very difficult. But I'm going to read this story and we're going to talk about it. And the title of this story is, unfortunately, They Sell Africans Over There. Libya's slave trade. It has been reported that hundreds of people are being auctioned in modern-day slave markets in Libya for as little as $400. The world's most vulnerable, fleeing war and poverty people are being abused and auctioned off as slaves, and there are migrants and refugees in Libya. It has been reported that hundreds of people are being auctioned in modern-day slave markets, and Libya is the main transit hub for refugees and migrants attempting to reach southern Europe by sea. They are coming from countries like Nigeria, Guinea, Ivory Coast, Gambia, Senegal, Sudan, and Somalia. The power vacuum in Libya after the fall of Muammar Gaddafi has made human trafficking and people smuggling a booming trade. And the Europeans' renewed strategy to stop migrants and refugees traveling across the Mediterranean has led to more people being stuck in the North African country without money or food. So when you have that situation, it's a perfect setup for slavery, actually, because you have a situation where, first of all, people are displaced from their homes.
Right.
They don't have any money. They don't have any food. They don't have any jobs. They're in a foreign country, and people are taking advantage of it.
It's a migrant worker situation gone bad.
It's a migrant worker situation going very bad. Bro. And the women are being, people are being trafficked, but the women are being used and taken to rape. They're raping these women and using them for sexual exploitation, and the men are being auctioned off, and they're being kept in like prison camps. They're locked up in jail. They're forced to work. This is what's really bad. Some of the people are being kidnapped because there's really no records or files for them. Like if you come into the United States, they're going to register you. They're going to know who you are, but there's no records or files being kept. So when they get you,
undocumented, yes, undocumented. That's what it is. They're just coming in because they're looking. They're probably doing bad where they're doing
bad. I mean, they're fleeing. They don't have anything already.
Yes. So similar to what we have here with the situation with some of the Mexicans. And,
exactly.
You know, and it's not just Mexicans. You got people coming from Canada. You got people coming from different countries too, sneaking in undocumented or whatever the case might be. But over there, man, that's ugly, man. I couldn't even look at some of the pictures.
It's sad because people are being trafficked. They're doing human trafficking, and this is the worst part of it. Well, all of it. I can't say the worst, but this is what's really ugly. Some of the people are being held for ransom. So if they find out maybe some of your people have some money, they're taking you, locking you up, getting in touch with your family, collecting a ransom for you, and then they still sell you into slavery. So they're taking the money and then still selling people into slavery, and it's a sad situation. I personally feel that America needs to do something. We always go into war they went for weapons of mass destruction. They went for this, they went for that. We need, not just America, but the whole world needs to stand together and go and take that area by force and get rid of those people that's doing this, man. I mean, it's already hard enough with human trafficking. And speaking of human trafficking, I'm going to try to have a young lady on here who fights human trafficking in the city of New York. So she'll be on here hopefully next week. I was going to have her on tonight, but look for her. We're going to talk about human trafficking next week, and we're going to get her on the phone. Are we ready for the phone line situation yet?
Not yet.
Okay, well, can we get it ready for next week?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to get that together, but it's a sad situation. Nikki's on here. Nikki Harrison saying the UN should act, man. You're absolutely right.
No, we gotta stop and pray for Paris. That's what we gotta do.
But don't help the people.
No, I'm just saying like when we have issues going on in like Paris and other places like that, we stop and pray for them. But we got an ugly situation going on in here. I ain't seen no pray for Libya or pray for
I haven't seen it on the listen.
I'm just saying.
A sister hipped me to it and told me to do some research on it. I ain't seen it on the news. Have you? I didn't know anything about it. This sister happened to tell me, you know what, Rod, when you go on your video blog, when you go on the Z Files, you need to talk about what's going on. So I did my research, and that's why I'm doing it. I didn't know anything about it. All right. So for all of you out there right now, I want to interrupt. Please go right now on our YouTube channel. Go look up the Z Files. I have the link on my Facebook page, and you can click on the link and go on there. Don't look at that sexy picture of me naked, man. Somebody told me I look like I'm video talking to little kids.
Oh, that's the.
That was so mean. Don't do that.
You working out?
Yeah, I was working out. Yeah. I did Insanity today.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah, man, I'm getting it in, bro. I gotta lose this weight, man.
Every little step, man. I keep telling you, man. You need to come do jiu-jitsu with me.
I'm gonna come, man. But if the first time y'all throw me on my back and say Kia, I'm out.
Nah, man. It's all good, man. It's gonna be love.
Yeah, so
it's all love, man. We're gonna strangle you with love.
No, y'all don't straighten me at all. I'm gonna start crying and tell my mama. Man. Yeah, but I just can't believe this story with these slaves.
Bro, it's ugly, man. It's ugly.
It's. I mean, 2017 was we talking about people being slaves.
Nah, man. Let's pray for Paris.
We should pray for Paris too, man. Why you gotta go racial, dog?
I ain't said nothing racial.
No, you sound like you got an issue.
I said nothing racial.
What's wrong with praying for Paris?
Nah, ain't nothing wrong with praying for Paris. Okay. I'm just saying, like, I see, you know, when a whole bunch of stuff happens in some of these European countries, we get people to change their profile pictures to the flag of that nation. We get all kinds of stuff, you know. But it just seems like
the whole world.
When stuff happens over in Africa, man, the
whole world gets ignored. Africa gets ignored every time.
It ain't just a racial thing. Black people do it too.
Yeah, nobody. I didn't know anything about it.
You know, black people do it too. You know,
I did not know anything about it, y'all. So pray for Libya. Yeah. Pray for all those people that are displaced. And you know what? It's sad to say, but things were more under control when Muammar Gaddafi was there.
Right.
When Gaddafi was running things. I don't know if it was trafficking going on, but I never heard of any slavery or things of that nature. Right. So
I'm not saying he was a saint by any means, you know, but it just didn't seem like things were this crazy. You know, it's kind of like for with a lot of these countries, it seems like what happens is somebody gets in there and they remove the dictator or whoever, the president, dictator, or whatever the case might be. And when he gets taken out, murdered, assassinated, killed, however you want to put it, the country ends up going just bananas.
Yep.
You know, just goes crazy.
That's what happened in Iraq. In Iran. We used to be Iraq's partners, man, because we were at it. We were at ends with Russia.
I'm no politician, so I'm just, you know.
But listen. We were at ends with Russia.
This is bro science right now.
Saddam Hussein was our buddy. That's how they got all the weapons. We actually created ISIS. And Saddam Hussein was our partner, and we were giving him all these weapons to fight Russia and Iran. And then we decided we wanted the oil. And then 9/11 happened.
I know I'm Haitian, so, you know, Creole is made up of French, but I don't know who this we stuff you keep.
Oh, you part of America, bro.
I understand that. But,
welcome to America.
I ain't did nothing to know Iraq or, you know.
But you know what I'm saying.
I know, man.
These people, they created ISIS, man. They gave them the weapons. They gave them the training. And then now we decided we wanted the oil. We said weapons of mass destruction. And, dude, I saw a part of the movie W. I couldn't watch all of it on HBO, by the way, speaking of Iraq and the war and all that. The war in Iraq, the government. George, they're speaking of, the movie's called W.
Is that the Will Ferrell movie?
No. Oh, okay. No, that was this is a whole I think it's an HBO movie. If you get a chance to check it out, y'all should check it out.
Josh Brolin plays him.
Yes, and it's hilarious because he was so dumb. Like they show him like his conversation and his decision making. They show it and you're like, this dude was so dumb. But this is how you know the world.
Well, how much of that was Hollywood and how much of it was facts?
I don't know. It looked accurate to me. It looked accurate to me. But this is what really scares me. I want George Bush back compared to Trump. That's when you know it's bad. When you would rather have George W. Bush as president, you know, we knew what George was about that money. And he just basically said, look, we're the Republicans, we're in charge right now, we're going to do what we want to do. But this other dude, this Agent Orange, peel, orangutan, I ain't going to say orangutan because people are always talking about monkeys and black people.
How dare you besmirch the good name
of an orangutan. That's bad for the orangutan.
You leave this good president alone.
Oh my God!
Leave him alone. How dare you?
We are in such turmoil in this country.
Donald Trump is good, folks. Leave him alone. He good, folks.
Hey man, shout out to Steve Harvey. Anyway, we're gonna move on, man, because I want to get off this slavery. All that stuff.
It's man, I couldn't even look at some of those pictures.
It's really, when I started reading about it, I got depressed, and I was like, okay, we're gonna do this story and get the information. So if you didn't know, there are slaves in Libya, and the men are being sold for as little as $400.
Bro,
a human being, a human life being sold off into slavery for to do manual labor for free, and the women are being raped. They're being molested. They're doing human trafficking, and God knows what else to these women. And just pray for Libya. Like Wes said, we need to get some Libyan flags up on Facebook. We need to challenge. I'm calling my congressman tomorrow.
This wasn't an overnight thing.
I know, that's the scary part. Like, this has been going on. And we have been, that's why they do all this stuff. That's why you got all of this Russia. The Russian case hasn't really been resolved. We know what Trump did. That's why they keep coming up with all of this stuff on the news. And while this stuff is going on, while we are on our phones using Snapchat on these apps.
Right.
I'm not trying to down nobody, but y'all, we need to wake up. It's stuff going on in other parts of the world. We have absolutely no clue what's going on. And then we wonder why a lot of people don't like America. Like, the only reason people want to come to America is we got an opportunity for work, and we were the open arms country for people to come and have an opportunity to have a decent life, and it's just sad. So pray for Libya.
It's an ugly situation, man. Yeah. Real ugly situation.
It's the ugliest, because slavery is just, and then it's happening to our people again. That's the part that really ticks me off. It's always, things happen to other races, don't get me wrong, but it seems like we always get the bottom end of the barrel. We get the low end of the totem pole, or whatever you want to call it. We just get screwed over. So pray for Libya, y'all. We're going to move on to our next story. It's time for You Must Learn. This is a segment where Western Pierre is going to drop some facts and some information on us about our history, about our people. So sit back and listen. It's time for You Must Learn. Take it away, Wes.
Come on, man. How you going to set it up like I know what I'm talking about?
You do. Go ahead, Professor.
No, I'm just reading something, man. I just found some information, and I'm going to share it.
But that's what you do. That's what you do.
You know, stuff that I share with my kids from time to time. Like, I asked my daughter, have you ever heard of Queen Nzinga? And she was like, nope. I said, okay, well, go do some research and, go find out what's going on. So I'm just going to read this off of this.
Well, break it down, brother.
Queen Nzinga, one of the great women rulers of Africa, Queen Anne Nzinga, circa 1581 to 1663 of Angola, fought against the slave trade, right on topic, what we talking about, right?
We need
European influences in the 17th century. Known for being an astute diplomat and visionary military leader, she resisted the Portuguese invasion and slave raids for 30 years. 30 years. A skilled negotiator, she allied herself with the Dutch and pitted them against the Portuguese in an effort to wrest free of the Portuguese domination. She fought for a free Angola until her death of age 82, which, after she died, it says weak rulers left the country open for the Portuguese to regain control.
Wow, so we need a new Anna Nzinga, Queen Nzinga, who gave 30 years of her life fighting slavery, and here we are. So all my sisters and brothers out there, we need to step up like she did and help fight this. We need the UN to get involved, but that's deep. So
yeah, I did that because I wanted to. I often have my girls read up on women that are doing things too. Because sometimes we always focus on the guys, the brothers doing something or whatever the case might be. So I wanted them to get an idea of, like, hey, there's some powerful women out there that were doing a lot of stuff.
So her name is Queen Anna Nzinga, and she's from where? Of Angola.
Angola, yeah.
Wow, fought against slavery for 30 years, and that's our You Must Learn.
I think they did a movie about her, if I'm not mistaken. You could probably find a movie about her.
That's dope. All right. So that's our You Must Learn segment. Look up Queen Nzinga. That's the letter Nzinga.
Queen Nzinga.
Anna Nzinga. All right. So that's our Black History Fact. We wanted to drop that on you. We want to give a shout out to some people that's on Facebook Live with us. We got Nikki. We got Tequesa Hogan Mackey. Thank you. Hayward Cleveland. What's up, brother? Tony Woods. My boy, Tony always support, man. Even when he don't agree, but he be on here with me, cracking jokes. Alvina Loving Hayward, Erica Winslow. I love Erica Winslow. That's my dog. That's my partner. Erica, we love you. Angela Pierre. Hey, Angie.
That's my wife watching.
Michelle Pickett. And we got some more names. Deion Turner. What's up, Deion?
She told me to speak up.
Speak up, okay.
My bad. She told me to speak up.
Angie, you can hear me good. I got a big mouth, though. Bruce Green, who just called me. Bruce, now you know why I couldn't answer the phone. Philip Riley, what's up? My cousin Marlene Allen.
You may have to pull you away from your mic.
I'm too loud. Am I too loud, y'all, on Facebook Live?
No, it's just the signal is, I got to get it straight. So you
okay.
Talking directly into the mic may not.
I like, I'd be up on the microphone like a rapper, dog. Like, so we're going to do some sports talk now. Right now, currently, we got some games coming on, but I want to get into some NCAA football. It's very annoying to me how the NCAA football situation is set up. It's like, it's aggravating. And if you're like me, I love sports. I love college football, okay? But the way they have these rankings set up, and how they do this Final Four. First of all, they need to go to at least 6 teams. I say 8 because I want to see more football anyway. Or you could even use some of the bigger bowl games as playoff games. You don't have to extend the season. Use some of the bigger bowl games as playoff games. But they want to extend the season and do playoff games and make more money. But at the same time, they're not giving people a fair shake. I'm a little perturbed. Let me tell you why.
I'm listening. Go ahead. Speak on it.
Okay. We got the Pac-12 championship game.
Talk your ish.
Number 12, Stanford, against number 10, USC. Okay? We have the number 20, Memphis Tigers, going against the number 14, UCF Knights, Golden Knights, from the crib. That's the American Conference Championship. All right? We got, in the Big 12 championship, we got TCU versus number 3, Oklahoma. TCU is number 11. In the SEC championship, gonna be a good game. Ready for this one. Georgia, who is number 6, versus Auburn, who is number 2. Georgia has only lost 1 game. Remember we talked about this?
Right.
Georgia lost to Auburn. Auburn is number 2, but Auburn's record is 10-2. Okay, stay with me. The Mountain West Conference Championship, which nobody's talking about.
I'm lost already.
Number 25, Fresno State versus Boise State. In the ACC Championship, another good game. I'm nonstop football this Saturday.
Right.
Do I have any shows Saturday? I hope. Well, I want a show. Don't get me wrong. But I'm nonstop football if not. We got Clemson and Miami in the ACC Championship. Clemson is now number 1. Miami's number 7. Miami's 10-1. Remember, they lost their game late in the season. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Keep talking.
All right. And in the Big Ten Championship, we got number 8, Ohio State, and number 4, Wisconsin. Wes, here's what's bothering me about these rankings. We got a bunch of people that sit in a room, and they decide, based on things like the eye test, strength of schedule, what conference you're from, who you've played, how many games you've won, who should be in the playoffs. Now, I ask you, you got Auburn, who, though they are from the the SEC conference, and yes, they beat a team that was number 1 in Georgia, and they just beat Alabama, who was also number 1, but they lost 2 games. How are they ranked higher than UCF, who's undefeated?
Because it's bull crap.
I've never understood this.
That's why.
My philosophy is leave it on the field. Let's play. Let the kids play. Listen, UCF was garbage last year. I think UCF won maybe 2 games last year. They've turned things around, and now they're undefeated. They're the best thing in their conference, but they're not going to get a chance to play for the national championship. Even if they win their conference, they're not going to be considered for the playoffs.
Yeah, see, that's a foreign language.
UCF is ranked number 14 right now. Just because they're in the American Conference. Do you know how hard it is to go undefeated?
My thing is, if you're undefeated, you should automatically be in any playoffs, regardless of what sport it is or, You know why? And I agree with you 100%. Do you know why? Because next year, it may be another 10 years before UCF is undefeated again. You just don't know.
especially if you consider a weaker conference or a weak team. You just don't know what's going to happen. Right. So while they are in this position, let them have a chance to play. Leave it on the field. That's what I'm trying to say. Let the decision be made on the football field. Football is the only sport that the NCAA does this foolishness with. They're the only ones. They're the only ones. So right now, again, we have ranked at number 1 Clemson, ranked at number 2
maybe because I'm not into college football and I don't know about it, but why is it not set up like a regular bracket system? You know what I mean? You start 2 teams here, 2 teams here, 2 teams here. The winners advance. You know what I mean?
Money.
Just like the NBA playoffs or anything.
Money.
That's all it is.
It all boils down to 2 things. And see, some of the people that are making decisions are either not coaching now, but they have coached at some of these schools. They have somebody that they know that's coaching one of these schools. Like a couple of them have sons that are coaches now. And it's all based on the good old same teams being always considered. Like every year, Alabama, Florida State, Clemson, it's the same teams. Unless you're from a conference where, like Miami. Miami had a resurgence this year. So right now, Miami, you know, they're getting a lot of hype, the U, because they're in the ACC. And they had a good year. But look at all these 10-1 teams that lost late in the year, late in the season, like Alabama. Alabama just lost for the first time this year, last week, and now they're ranked at number. Alabama's not even playing for the SEC championship too. That's crazy. But Alabama's like number 7 now. No, Miami's number 7. I don't know where Alabama's ranked. But you see what I'm saying? If you've gone this far and you haven't lost, like, it's better in college football to lose early in the season to have a chance to get back. But if you go undefeated like Alabama has all the way up to now and you lose, you're done. You're going to go to a nice bowl game, but you're done.
But your playoff chances are...
You're done. You're out of it. It's ridiculous. Does anyone on here, Alabama, UCF can't beat Auburn? How do you know? Unless you let them play it out on the field. Right. How do you know? This might be the one year that UCF can beat all those teams. But we'll never know.
We'll never know, right?
Because they're not letting them go on the field.
Yeah,
it's all about money.
Giving them an opportunity.
It's all about money. They want who they want for ratings. They want who they want to put on TV for the ratings, and it's ridiculous. Auburn is 10-2, and they're number 2. UCF ain't even in the top 4. That's ignorant.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Oklahoma's number 3. They're 11-1. Miami is 10-1, and they're number 7. How does that happen? Ohio State is 10-2, and they're number 8.
That's why I watch the UFC.
Because whoever win.
Straight up.
Let the kids play it out on the field, man. That's going to be a good one, though. UCF and Memphis. That's going to be here in Orlando. I may go to that. If I don't have a show, I'm going. I want to jump up and down and holler in the audience and have a good time at the football game. So I may go. So you want to know who I got for these college games?
Yeah, I'm listening.
All right, for the Pac-12 championship, I'm going to go with Stanford. They're 9-3. They're number 12, and USC is number 10. They're 10-2. But I'm going to go with Stanford because I think they're going to be able to run the ball.
Even though I don't know anything about college football, I'll just go with all Florida teams.
Well, buddy, Florida is – you got a shot with Miami. If Miami can beat Clemson, I think Miami can get back in the playoffs because – and I think that if Georgia wins the SEC championship, they're back in the hunt. Because they're going to beat Auburn, and Auburn beat them earlier, but they'll be probably number 4 at least. So I got Stanford over USC. I got Memphis and UCF. I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going to take the Knights of University of Central Florida. Go Knights. Texas Christian and Oklahoma in the Big 12 championship. I'm going to go with Oklahoma. In the SEC championship, Georgia and Auburn. I think Georgia's going to win a close game. Why? Because Auburn's running backs are hurt. Somebody need a cortisone shot. That's all I'm saying. They was listen. Alabama lost, but Alabama was tagging them boys, man.
You made it sound like it was the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. Like his joints was bad. And
bruh, that running back that started for Auburn, his shoulder is toe up right now. We got Fresno State and Boise State. I really don't care, but I'm going to take Boise State. The big one, ACC Showdown on ABC, 8 p.m. on Saturday. We got the U versus Clemson. As much as I love Florida State, I'm going to support my home teams this time. I usually don't.
Right.
I support who I like. But I'm going to go with the U because they're the underdog.
Right.
I'm going to go with the U. They're the underdog. And it's something about that turnover chain. That turnover chain is amazing.
And Miami did bring us Uncle Luke, so we got
and King of Diamonds. I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
I don't know about all that, but
yes, you do. You just saying that because
you will not besmirch. You will not besmirch my good name on this internet, sir.
He know.
You will not besmirch my good name.
And you're taking the King of Diamonds. I bet you'll go in if you take him.
Impossible.
Taking the King of Diamonds, and when y'all go down south, take your husband. That's gangster.
You will not besmirch my good name, sir.
That's gangster.
Don't you see the halo above my head?
Angie,
sir,
take your husband to King of Diamonds.
But I digress.
I know. Let me stop, because I'm not married and I don't want to start no trouble. Ohio State, Wisconsin. Don't know much about Wisconsin.
Two places I don't care about.
Where?
Ohio and Wisconsin.
I know.
Cold.
I think Ohio State's going to win that one. So those are my picks for the college conference championships. And you're going to have to live with them. Remember I said that, though. A lot of people don't realize, and they sleeping on my knowledge of football, too. I had Philadelphia Eagles leading the NFC East, and they're leading the NFC East. I also had the Atlanta Falcons and Oakland Raiders going to the Super Bowl, and neither one of them looks like they're going to make it. Maybe Atlanta. Atlanta surges late. They did last year. I think Atlanta's still going to go to the Super Bowl. Do you watch pro football, Wes?
Every once in a while.
Okay.
If my Patriots are playing, then I'll pay attention.
The Patriots.
That's the only team that matters. I'm just saying.
That's awful.
Shout out to Boston.
Yeah, shout out to Boston. But I don't like the Patriots. Because, I don't know. You know who the Patriots remind me of? The Patriots remind me of...
The greatest team ever?
No. They remind me... They're the NFL version. The two teams mirror each other. And I think the coaches are friends, but the San Antonio Spurs are like at the equivalent. They are to the NBA what the Patriots are to the NFL right now.
The Spurs?
The Spurs, look, dude.
In what way?
They're always in the hunt. They're always in the playoffs. They always have a chance. They don't have like they have stars, but they're not the stars you checking for. You know, ain't nobody really checking for
Brady.
Yeah, but Brady, besides Brady, who they checking for at the Patriots?
That's all you need.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have like a lot of big names, but they have good players. They're well coached.
You don't love America.
And they're always in the hunt. I cannot stand the Patriots.
If you hate the Patriots, you don't love America.
I don't hate them. I got a strong dislike.
You can just fly out of this country.
And I like Brady. I liked Brady because he was a Michigan man. I like Michigan. Every year I choose Michigan over Ohio State, and they lose. They've been losing. But it's something about those two teams. They don't have the top celebrity or stars on their team, but they make it to the playoffs, and every year you better watch out because if they stick around, they got a chance. Don't hate, man.
He's the GOAT, man.
He's not the GOAT. Brady's not the GOAT. He ain't better than Brady. He's not better than Joe Montana.
You sound like Coming to America right now.
You're right. He ain't better than Joe Montana. There they go.
Exactly.
Tom Brady.
That's what you said.
That's they won.
But I'll tell you this though. Any team's better than the Cowboys.
Any. Shake hands, bro. High five. Yes.
All y'all Cowboys people out there.
I can't
Any
stand
team's
the
better than the
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah. Cowboys good. Listen, this is what I don't like. It's not even the team. Like, I love the team, the players. It's not that. It's the fans. Cowboy fans are the most obnoxious.
What's their coach's name?
I don't even know. I forgot.
I thought it was Calvin Candy from
No, man. We make a lot of movie references and TV references, so you have to excuse us. No, I don't. It's the Cowboy fans. And I'm like, listen, they're going to do the same thing they do every year. They're going to get you excited. They're going to get you riled up. And they're going to get you all thinking that you're going to go to the Super Bowl, and in the first round of the playoffs, you're going to lose. The Cowboys might not even make the playoffs.
Like the Knicks were doing when Jordan was playing, or around that era. They would soup you up, and you think New York had a chance.
New York could never beat those boys.
Patrick Ewing, that whole squad, and they just couldn't do it.
We're jumping off subject.
I saw you post Thor. Did you go?
No, I went to see Justice League.
That's what it was. Justice League. Talk about it, man. Without any spoilers, talk about it.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it because I want to. I'm hearing mixed reviews because I got people telling me that it's mediocre, and I got people saying I should just go see Thor and not see Justice League because I thought Batman vs Superman was decent.
Batman Superman was good.
It was decent because I'm a big comic book nerd.
I think Thor is better. I think the best superhero to come out in the last few years was Wonder Woman.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
I'll fall on the grenade for this one.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Talk about it.
First of all,
talk about it. You talking about movie-wise, how it was done, the action?
You know what I'm you know what I'm talking about, Wes. I'm talking about two things. Okay. I'm talking about what I'm talking about. First thing, the movie was good.
Well, if you got it on tape, that's what I said.
Wonder Woman kicked butt. Okay.
Right.
The music was hot.
Right.
I love good music in a movie, especially the scenes where they kicking butt and then some rock and roll or some rapper come on.
Right.
That's hot. But when they went to the island where the Amazons were, good gracious, goodly wiggly. God bless America.
That's all you cared about.
No, that just set a premise for me to pay attention.
That's all you cared about.
No. Wonder Woman was great.
It was good up until the end. Because I didn't like the villain. The villain was garbage.
Yeah, it did kind of fall off at the end. But bruh, I'll tell you two things. Number one, Justice League was good. I'm a big Justice League fan. I watched all the cartoons when I was a kid.
Right.
Shout out to the guy who plays Cyborg.
Yeah.
He did a great job. For some reason, I kept thinking that was the brother from Empire, but it's not.
No.
It's another gentleman. I looked up his name earlier, and I think I still have it. Great job, though. He did a great job. The movie was entertaining to me, in my opinion. Good storyline, just enough action, but there was also good storytelling so you could follow what was going on. I was about to tell you something, but I don't need to tell you that. You'll see that. All I will say is my favorite superhero of all time was Batman because he don't really have any powers.
Right, he's human.
Just like in the movie saying, you saw it on the previews, say, what's your superpower? And Bruce Wayne says, I'm rich.
Right.
Oh, that was a bad Mercedes-Benz, though. But, Aquaman kicked butt. Aquaman's a bad boy.
Ray Fisher is
Cyborg, absolutely. I think the ladies like Aquaman. All the ladies, they be going crazy. Look at the smiles up. They love Aquaman. Dude is ripped though.
Yeah.
I can't even hate on him. The boy, he ripped.
Yeah, he was in Game of Thrones. He's in another show on Netflix called Frontier. It's pretty good.
Okay. So
it's pretty good.
It was a good movie. I will tell you that after the movie goes off,
scale from 1 to 10.
Hold on, let me finish telling you this. After the credits go off, when the credits start rolling, don't leave.
Right.
And then after the credits are over, don't leave.
Yeah, most of them are doing that. But
I'm saying even after they roll all the credits.
Yeah, Marvel
it's something that's coming back. I love Marvel for that.
But I feel like I'm feeling like they rushed Justice League because they're trying to catch up to what Marvel's doing with the Avengers. I feel like they should have they should have done individual movies for each of those characters to give you backstory and then have them team up.
Well, the only one they didn't do was Aquaman.
And Flash.
Flash. Doesn't Flash have a show on Netflix?
Yeah. No, he's got a show on the CW, but he doesn't.
There is a Flash on Netflix though.
He doesn't have a movie.
Right.
A standalone movie.
That's
you
true.
see what I'm saying?
That's
like
true.
with Avengers, they gave almost each character, you know, their major characters, a standalone movie, and then combined them together. You know, they did the team up.
You know what's gonna happen later, right? You know what it's building up to.
What's that?
It's gonna be Justice League versus the Avengers.
No, they're not gonna do that. Different universes.
Nah, man.
They can't. They're not gonna do that.
They should if they were smart.
Marvel, DC, they're not gonna do that.
You wouldn't go pay to see Hulk and Superman get it on.
You and I would pay, but these
Real devout fans.
No. The companies, the execs, you know, the companies who own the rights to the movies. Look how long it took them to put Spider-Man in a movie with other characters. Yeah. That was Sony and Disney and all that going back and forth with negotiations and you know.
I don't care. I would love to see the Hulk and Superman fight.
So
on a scale of 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
I'm hard on movies, so it was good. So I'll give it a 6.5.
Okay. All right.
And that's good.
I'll watch it. Then that's watchable.
If it's 3 or lower, that's bad to me. So if you make at least 5, you're doing decent. Like, would I watch it again if it comes on? Yes.
Okay.
I'm also ready for Star Wars, though. I'm a big Star Wars fan.
That too. I watched Punisher on Netflix. You seen that yet?
No.
You watch any other Marvel stuff?
Well, I don't want to get into it. I watched the Marvel
Daredevil.
stuff.
You seen Daredevil?
I watched some of
1 and 2?
Daredevil, but it got boring. He keep doing the same roundhouse kick, and I'm like, dude, do another kick.
Come on, man. Daredevil is one of the best
Daredevil
shows
bad.
on Netflix. And even if you're not into comic books, it's a real good show.
Well, isn't there one with him and Luke Cage on there together?
Yeah. Luke Cage is pretty good. Did you watch Luke Cage?
I watched Luke Cage. Enjoyed Luke Cage.
What
Very
about
much.
Jessica Jones?
Who?
Jessica Jones.
I haven't seen that.
And then they had Iron Fist, which was terrible. And then The Defenders, where they all teamed up.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Sorry, watchers, viewers.
Jeez.
I didn't see Iron Fist, but I do want to see. You call it The Defenders?
Defenders, yeah.
I want to see that.
So you should watch all the other standalone shows first.
Okay.
And then watch The Defenders.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, when they team up. And then I just finished The Punisher, which was pretty good, man.
Okay.
That was really good. A little violent. But
The
it was
Punisher?
good. Yeah, oh man. But it was good.
Okay.
Because the guy who plays The Punisher is real intense, real good actor though, man.
All right.
You know, real good.
Well, I will do that. I'm going to wrap up in a minute. I want to first say thank you to all of you who are taking the time out to spend with us. Please go to the Z Files on YouTube and subscribe so you'll know when we're on. We'll be on YouTube Live every Tuesday at 7:30 as well as Facebook Live. Sometimes we have some technical difficulties. Please bear with us, but we'll get it up as soon as possible. If we're in the middle of a show and something goes wrong, don't go anywhere because Wes is pretty good about getting us back on and getting it back up.
After these messages.
Yeah, we thank you for joining us. Don't forget, we'll be doing news. We'll be doing sports. We'll be covering Black history. And we will be adding another feature to our show. We're going to have some interviews. We're going to have some of my comedian friends and different celebrities that I know on the show as guests. And we'll have different people who specialize in certain things that we'll be talking about. So it won't just be your opinion and my opinion and Wes's opinion. Right. We're going to bring on people that actually work in these fields. I'm going to talk to some politicians. We're going to get some people on the line once we get this phone line situation set up, so we will be able to talk and discuss things and get good information. We thank you for watching. Please join us next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. for the Z Files on Facebook Live and on YouTube channel The Z Files. That's our channel, right?
The Z Files.
The Z Files. So go to YouTube and look up the Z Files. There's more than one, but see if you can get our logo up. For the people that's on YouTube, But if you go on my Facebook page, you will be able to see our logos. Picture Wes designed it. I had the idea for it, but Wes just took it to another level as he always does. Shout out to Wesley Pierre, the Haitian sensation. But we are getting ready to wrap up. I want to thank some people on Facebook Live before we go that I didn't thank before. So let's see who we have. Sharon Johnson, Deion Turner, Bruce Green, Sheila Baxter, Sabrina Soft and Fluffy Johnson. That's what the name said. Tanika Bango Cooper. Tanika Bango Cooper, Torrance Lovely, Monica Wilson, Yolanda Spain. What's up, sis? Tashika Hires Graham. What's up, sis? Natalie Black. I said Tony already. Erica Winslow. I said Krista. I think I saw Christina White. Gabriel Lewis. BJ Davis, Ken Miller, fellow very funny guy. I'm gonna have Ken on the show.
Okay.
Felicia Harris, you need to call me. If this is Felicia Harris, my classmate, call me, sis. I gotta thank you for something. Nicole, Loving Life, Edmond, Nikki Harris Sloan. Nikki, are you pregnant? Not trying to be funny, but I saw a picture of you and it said best kept secret. Nikki, are you about to have a baby?
Wow. Shout out to the blown up spots.
I'm blowing up this. Well, she put it on Facebook. This spot is already blown. I just want to know if she was. David Johnson, what's up, my brother? Sister Tarpley, Mila Jenkins, Brian Redding, thank you all for joining us. Richard McReynolds, Tracy Holly Sr., all of you who joined us today on Facebook Live for the show.
See?
Paul, who is Paul?
It's my cousin.
Oh,
Paul,
what's up, brother?
He's also a singer.
Okay. Well, we have him on.
Yeah, him and his boy Ed.
You know it's hard out here for.
They're pretty good, man. The 18. They're pretty good, man.
They call the 18?
Yeah, pretty good, man.
They rap or they sing?
Sing.
Okay.
I think they might do a little bit of both, but it's mainly singing R&B, Haitian music.
Yeah. They do Haitian Creole?
They sing in English and Creole.
Yeah.
What we'll do next show, maybe I'll feature some of their music or something. I can play it, during the break or whatever, or before we start, so you can get it, get an idea.
For shizzle. Shout out to the 18. Thank you, man. Thank you, Paul, for watching, man. I think he said it's lit. Yeah. When somebody say it's 100, they keep it 100. It's lit.
Yeah.
So I hope we were informative. It's going to get more entertaining because this is like our third show.
Yeah, episode 3.
This is episode 3. So it's only going to get more lit. If there's such a thing.
That's the new vernacular for these young folks. Lit.
It's only going to be more lit. We used to say off the chain.
Right.
Off glass.
Right.
But thank you all for joining. We're getting ready to wrap this up because I got to go home and get some sleep because I did Insanity today. Y'all pray for me. But more importantly, pray for Libya. We wish you nothing but the best of health, wealth, and God's blessing. For Wesley Pierre, I'm Rod Z, and you've been watching the Z Files.
So Rod's going to start jiu-jitsu with me soon. Y'all heard that?
Kia!
Jiu-jitsu.
What?
I'll be down to Gracie Baja.
What did the ninja order at Burger King?
I don't know. What did he order?
He ordered a Whopper! Hey, I got to go, y'all. Peace and love, y'all. We out.
Exit stage left.